guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be teaching you how to get rid of those dark circles. Also, I teamed up with Maybelline, so I'm going to be using some of their concealers to show you a couple of different concealer hacks and maybe show you a couple of things you haven't seen before that you can do with concealer. I know I say the word concealer weird. It's because I'm from Alabama. Concealer, I say it with an I instead of a C-E-A-L-E-R moment there. You know, I just switch things up and make them my own on my channel. But the focus of today's video is going to be on different ways that you can cover up the dark circles. I get so many questions asked, like how to deal with them. Understanding that dark circles are sometimes hereditary and you don't really do anything to earn them, but they just come and they're there and they hang out. I will let you know in this video, my dark circles are a little bit dimmed because of the lighting so bright. In real life, right through here, they are a bit darker, and when we get closer up and pull the camera closer, hopefully you'll be able to see that a little bit better. I guess we'll jump right in the video and get started, and be sure and subscribe to my channel before you leave. Subscribe to my channel before you leave, and we'll jump right in and get started. All right, jumping right into the video. My first trick, or really tip I should say, in the dark circle business and the under eye creasing, like the whole moment for the under eye, I say moisturize. Even if you have oily skin, you can just leave it to moisturizing the under eye or using a gel moisturizer, because those tend to be water based versus the oily cream moisturizers. Today I'm going to be using the Tarte's H2O moisturizer. This is not a specific eye cream, this is actually a face cream, but it's mini sample size. Oh, it feels so good. Also, a cool thing you can do to like help with bags is put like a little moisturizer in the fridge, and just like that coolness in the morning will help tame the beast. I think you can see a little bit more of my bags and darkness. I really deal with bagginess, honestly. A lot of people get under eye filler, which is the same as lip filler. They just put it in their under eye to fill this area, so there's no longer that divot in their eye, which if you ever look at some people and you see just like perfect, not one little slight bag. I'm not saying that everyone has under eye who has perfect under eyes has filler, but a lot of people do. I'm personally just not brave enough to do it. Also, I've heard bad side effects about it causing your skin to sag over time by having that weight of filler in the tender skin of your under eye. And also, I'm a chicken, you know, I'm just a chicken with these things, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing it. I'm just putting that option out there and letting you know it is a thing. But yeah, I'm too scared to do it, so it's not gonna happen. Today, we'll be working with things that aren't filler. Moisturizing, gonna definitely help the way the product sets on your face, as well as gonna help majorly with creasing. Make sure your moisturizer is completely dried down before you start applying products to your face. So I have quite a few different hacks on covering the dark circles, so I'm going to start explaining those to you. Color correction is one of them, and how kind of color correct, look at that fuzz on my finger, go by. How color correction kind of works is these colors around here are what the dark circles are made of, and if you go straight across, it will show you the correction. And your orangey, yellow, salmon colors over here are typically the things that just are opposite colors, and they help blur out the darkness. This is the Master Camo Color Correction Kit from Maybelline, and it comes with these different color correction items, as well as some concealers and a little brush here to use, which I'm actually going to be using. And I'm going to be taking the correct orange shade to dim down the darkness. A little tip when doing this, I don't really recommend digging your finger in and like caking on the orange shade. I think just as faint as the dark color is, that's how much faint orange color you need. Reality is, I mean, just a little bit. And then, because you're going to be putting product on top of this. And honestly, girl, we don't want to do too much product, because then we end up with the creasing and the caking and it not lasting and it sloughing away. So do you see like how small amount of product I use? I just get a little on my brush, and I find that that is more than enough. And you know what? If your dark circles are bigger or darker than mine, you can go in with a little bit more product, or even a more aggressively orange color. You just kind of play, because we're all different and we all have different colors going on in our under eye, and girl, we all got to treat it differently. So this is one of my hacks, just doing the color correcting. Honestly, it works. You can already see that my darkness is faded just a little bit. You can do it with your finger too, whatever works for you. Just pat, 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 pat. So another problem that's hard to fix is not just the color of the under eye, is the actual divot in of the sunken in eyes, which I have, and a lot of humans do, because we're human beings. It's okay to have those. Don't ever feel bad about them. So the sunken in parts right here. I'm looking at my viewfinder, so make sure I'm pointing in the right area. It's kind of a trick, little hack that I do where you can kind of dilute those. I'm going to be using a bit of a thicker product. This is the Maybelline Cover Stick Corrector Concealer, and I'm going to be using yellow. This is, yep, yellow. Looks like this, looks like a little lipstick tube. This is a waterproof product, and I like that because you're gonna be putting product on top of this, and this really locks in place and stays while you put product on top of it. So the trick is to take a lighter, thicker product and just kind of outline. I need to look in a mirror, hello. And I am literally just gonna outline right where the darkness is. So if you can tell, just looking straight at me, it kind of gives you the illusion that I'm flat right here and not sunken in. Like, it literally is trickery. So whenever you're blending out your actual concealer, you don't want to rub really hard or take your brush and start doing this really hard. You want to take your brush or blender and just dab so you're not moving this product around too much. So that leads me to my next hack. Now, you don't have to do all these, by the way. You don't have to go... You can pick one or two of these or none of these, whatever you want to do. I'm going to actually go in with concealer and I'm going to do some covering. One of my favorite concealers of all time, and what's funny is a subscriber actually recommended this to me like 2 years ago, I think, and I was reading my comment section. But it is the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline, and this is a super full coverage concealer, and it just works so beautifully. This is a brand new tube. My little spongy ball on top of mine was way too disgusting to show you guys on camera. So I'm just gonna open this one up. Anyone who's used this, mostly, I mean, it's just good feedback on it. And just reading up on this product, it says right here that this is a super concentrated treatment concealer, features a micro corrector applicator to help instantly erase dark circles and fine lines. As if I just didn't say it myself. Girl, let's crank it up. Ooh, there she comes. So what I'm gonna do is just apply this. And another little hack with concealer, the reason we do it in a triangular shape is to highlight the face. Because if a light shines down on your face, it naturally shines like in a triangular, not in a circular motion. So you're gonna wanna apply it in a triangular shape, and it kind of gives a natural feel. I like to just, as you saw, spongy this out. And then I'll take a dampened beauty blender, and what I like to do is pat my product out. Like I said, I'm not gonna swipe. And another thing that I think helps prevent creasing is whenever you pat the product out, going like this, back and forth, back and forth, because I feel like you get it in every little crevice in the skin, even those little micro crevices underneath your eye, and that way it's like really smooth, and you can keep looking up too if you want to really get it in there. And then you're gonna go ahead and pat that out. I mean, you can see that coverage is real, honey. It's real. I'm going to take a G37 brush from Morphe and a little bit of my Cover FX setting powder, and I'm going to set my under eye. This step is crucial, 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 crucial. Setting the under eye definitely is what makes the concealer last. It's also going to help it stop from creasing. You definitely want to look up whenever you're setting to really get it back and forth in all those little nooks and crannies in your under eye. And then that way you make sure you're setting it really well. One time I didn't set my concealer. Honestly, this was years ago, and I'll never forget. I came home from work and my mascara had leaked all down in my concealer. And I feel like it leaked down there because it was like this wet moisture in my eye. So it's just like grabbing any little black drop of mascara that fell down. And a train wreck kind of scarred me for life, and I'll never forget about it. I'll just swipe it away, all the excess powder. Another little tip and trick that I like to do, because of the setting powder being so powdery looking, and I'm really not for like the whole like poofy powdery look, I'll take a little bit of setting spray, wet my sponge with the setting spray, and I will just lightly dab the powder with the setting spray, and I find that this just really locks and loads everything. And not only that, it gets rid of the powdery look. I don't really like all that powdery. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know, I like it to look a little bit more like skin luminous than it does like dry and powdery. And I did add my foundation on the bottom parts of my face, in case you noticed. I'm not trying to play you here. Now, if we will notice, the under eye looks brighter, and then it's kind of not as obvious, that divot right there. I mean, it's still there physically, but I don't think it's quite as obvious because we've given the illusion with switching up the colors, and my whole under eye just looks brighter and more awake. little fresh face going on here. And because we wet it with a little bit of setting spray, I find that it doesn't look like so much makeup. It helps it really melt into the skin and kind of look a little more luminous-y than powdery, and gives it more of a natural feel happening. Again, you don't have to really use all of these tips and tricks and hacks in one setting like I did today. You can pick one or two of them and kind of take from that to use these. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching, and I hope all these tips and tricks were very helpful for you. I'll have everything I use linked down in the description box down below, so don't forget to check that out, and I will see you all in my next video.